Creighton, we've got head coach Greg McDermott. Coach, you want to start with a statement, then we'll go ahead and take questions.
Nobody's really done that to our defense all year. And it's really a credit to Sean and his staff and his team for a very well executed plan. They did a good job of taking Kalk out of it the first half. We were able to establish him a little bit in the second half, and that kind of got us back in the game. But the start of the second half was really critical, I thought. We scored on 5 out of 7 possessions, and instead of cutting into the lead went from 15 to 20 because we couldn't stop Zach. He had some easy catches, and when you give him easy catches, he's going to make plays, and he made plays. And I've said often, I think Maddox is really he's the wild card on this team. When he plays well, they're really hard to beat because Ryan's going to get his stuff, and Zach and Swain does his thing. But when Dante plays like that, it's really hard to cover he and Conwell at the same time. So we lost to. I've said it when we played them the first time. I think this is an outstanding basketball team we played today, and I thought they played at an extremely high level today on both ends of the floor. They played like a team that was hungry. They played like a team that was prepared. Obviously, a week sitting here waiting for us. They were really well schooled in taking away some of the things that we like to do and that we're able to do. So, credit to Sean and his staff. We got beat by a better team today.
Question.
But you were able to throw the first punch with McAndrew hitting a couple of threes in that opening segment. But once Xavier got rolling a little bit, did you feel it, especially with the crowd getting more into it late in that first half?
Yeah, some of it's, fool's gold. If we're not playing inside out, we're probably going to be in trouble if we're going to rely on that. And, Jackson hit a couple and Steven hit one there. But, you knew they were going to make a run, but we let it get away too quickly.
Coach, obviously you guys make a run, cut it to 8 points in the second half, then they answer with the 14 points. What happened in that stretch?
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy and effort to cut into a 23-point lead or 22-point lead, whatever it was, and get it down to 8. Like I said, had we gotten some stops to start the second half, and then when we made our run, instead of cutting it to 8, it's a tie game. Now the pressure kind of switches to the team that really has to have this game, and we just weren't able to get close enough to make them feel that. But they, like I said, they executed at a high level, and there were shots I thought with Conwell and Maddox that we were there. They're shot makers, and they made some great shots today. I mean, if those two go, 7 to 10 from 3, they're going to beat a lot of teams. And, in Omaha, we went 8 to 10 the second half, and that's why we won. And I had a feeling coming into this game, whoever made threes is going to win, and unfortunately I was right.
Speaking of that game in Omaha back in January, was there anything Xavier did differently? I think you mentioned taking away some of Kalkbrenner in the first half, but anything Sean and company did differently that may have surprised you at all?
I don't think there was any surprises. Their physicality on ball screens on both ends, I thought we lost that point of attack a lot. I thought they blew up a lot of our ball screens, and we weren't able to gain the advantage that we wanted to, especially in the first half. And then on the other end, I thought we were a little late to react, and they were able to create some separation on some of their ball screens. And, and again, they're 11 out of 21, and you're building from the three-point line, and, we didn't get to the free throw line a bunch. You're probably not going to win.
Coach, out at your place, after you beat Xavier, you said something to the effect of, that's a really good win. I think you guys will know what I mean at the end of the year. What made you think that this Xavier team was capable of getting it together the way that they have?
I mean, their roster is extremely talented. They lost some close games, in the non-conference and a couple in conference play. But they've, they lost Zach for a while, so they found themselves, and I saw it coming. I think from a talent perspective, it's one of the more difficult teams to provide to come up with a defensive scheme to stop them of anybody in our conference. and they're extremely well coached. So I was. It's not like I was a prophet when I said that. I think most teams in our league knew that, and today they proved it. This is we haven't been beaten like this in a long time.
Anything else?
Thank you.